I want to show you something that nobody in the farming world talks about. In 2025 alone, just last year, 15,000 farms in the United States shut down permanently. Not struggling, not taking a break, gone forever. And here's what makes that number even more disturbing. The farmers who lost everything, most of them did everything they were supposed to do. They bought the land, they raised the animals, they grew the crops, they worked 16-hour days, they sacrificed weekends. Some even quit their jobs to go all in, and they still failed. So what went wrong? In this video, I'm going to show you the 5 specific mistakes that destroy small farms. And I'm going to show you exactly how the farms that do survive avoid every single one of them. And I will tell you right now, mistake number 3 is the one that surprises people the most. I have seen farmers with perfect land, perfect animals, and a perfect setup lose everything because of this one thing. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will have a blueprint that most farmers never figure out, even after years of struggling. Let us get into it. Mistake number 1, and this is where most people go wrong before they even start, is choosing the wrong thing to raise based on emotion instead of economics. Let me explain what I mean. Someone watches a video about dairy cows. They fall in love with the idea. They picture themselves on a beautiful farm, fresh milk every morning. So they go spend $2,000 on a dairy cow. They build a barn, they buy equipment, and then they find out the truth. A dairy cow produces 6 to 8 gallons of milk per day. That sounds great until you realize that selling raw milk is illegal in most states. And pasteurized milk from a small operation cannot compete with grocery store prices. So now they have a $2,000 animal, a barn they built, equipment they bought, and no real way to sell the product profitably. This happens over and over again in small farming. People choose based on what they like, not what the market wants, and what their land can actually support profitably. So what should you do instead? The farms that survive, the ones making real money, they start with what I call a profit-first animal, something that meets 4 specific criteria. Number 1, low startup cost. You should be able to start with under $500. Number 2, fast return. You should see revenue within 60 to 90 days, not 18 months. Number 3, direct sales potential. You need to be able to sell directly to customers, not to a middleman who controls your price. And number 4, small space requirement. If you need 50 acres to be profitable, most people can't do it. But if you can make money on a 1/4 acre, that is a business almost anyone can start. In our last video, which I will link right here, we covered the 5 animals that actually meet all 4 of these criteria. If you haven't watched that yet, go watch it after this one, because choosing the right animal from the beginning is the single biggest factor in whether your farm survives or fails. All right, mistake number 2. And this one costs farmers thousands of dollars every single month, and they don't even realize it. Most new farmers, when they have a product to sell, they ask the same question: who will buy the most? And the answer they come up with is usually a grocery store, or a restaurant, or a food distributor. That sounds logical, right? Sell to someone who moves a lot of volume. Here is the problem. When you sell to a grocery store or a distributor, they control the price. And the price they offer, it is designed to work for their profit margin, not yours. Let me give you a real example. A dozen free-range chicken eggs. What does a distributor pay a small farmer? Typically $1.50 to $2 per dozen. What does that same dozen sell for at a farmer's market or through a CSA box? $6, $7, $8, sometimes $10 per dozen. That is a 400% difference in revenue for the exact same product. The farms that survive don't just raise animals or crops well. They build direct relationships with customers, people who know their name, trust their product, and are happy to pay premium prices because they know exactly where their food comes from. Farmers markets, community-supported agriculture boxes, also called CSAs, Instagram pages, local Facebook groups, and email lists of loyal customers. This is not optional. This is the difference between a farm that thrives and a farm that goes bankrupt. And here is the good news. You don't need thousands of customers. A small operation of 50 laying hens selling eggs directly at $7 a dozen to a loyal group of just 40 customers, that is $280 a week, over $1,000 a month, from 50 chickens. The same 50 chickens selling to a distributor at $1.75 a dozen, $70 a week. You can't survive on that. Direct sales is not just a strategy, it is the strategy. I told you mistake number 3 would surprise you. Here it is. Most farms that fail don't fail because their animals got sick. They don't fail because the market dried up. They don't fail because of bad weather. They fail because they ran out of cash before they had a chance to succeed. Think about this. You start a small farm. You spend $800 on animals, $400 on feed and supplies, $300 on fencing and cages. That is $1,500 before you've made a single dollar. Now, your quails start laying eggs at 6 weeks, your meat rabbits are ready to sell at 8 weeks, your first farmer's market is in 4 weeks. In the meantime, feed costs keep coming every single week. Most new farmers do not calculate this gap. They think, I'll buy animals, they'll produce, I'll sell, I'll profit. They don't account for the 2 to 3 month gap between starting and earning. And so when week 6 comes and the feed bill is due and the farmer's market spots are sold out and their first batch of eggs is ready, but they have no customers yet, they panic. They sell at whatever price someone will pay. Or worse, they give up.